Alright boys, so we are on the map Forts of Isen in BFME 2 on the patch 1.9 version 3 beta. It's not finished yet. We have the blue Dwarven player Andy Brandy versus the red Mordor player Avi Havi. In the very first game, I wish the players best of luck. Whoever wins 4 games will be the winner and moving to the grand finals and gets himself a huge advantage to get $150 cash prize. You know, it's pretty nice. Look, it's... Okay, he's gonna leave now. I mean, there is no reason of observing when there is a stream, a live stream going on right now. And also, before I forget, let me also do this actually. Okay, so we have like also the chat enabled. Alright, beautiful. So 2 slaughterhouse opening. I also forgot to enable the fortress floors, which I personally like a lot in this game. They look pretty nice. I need to enable them after this game. 2 slaughterhouse orc pit opening for Ave and 2 mineshafts into the Hall of Warriors opening for Andy Brandy from Slovakia. Ave counter Andy? We don't know, man. We will find out. Okay, so I think it's important to scout in this matchup, because if dwarves get the chance to go for the attack, remember the buildings are definitely weaker than we know in BFME 1 and Rise of the Witch King, so destroying these buildings is not going to be the hardest thing in the world for the Guardians. And what I personally like about this game, about the Dwarven faction, is you get like a reward for each level you get, you know? It's still lagging a little bit, but hopefully it's going to be nice. I love Beagles, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Orc Pit number 2 is coming up next for Mordor, and we will have the Guardians. You see, at level 3, 5, 7, and 10, they will get always 5% increased speed, and at level 10 you get this like 4 times, you know, which is pretty nice. So keeping the units alive is very important, and also what I like about this is that you can level up your units to level 10, you know, not to level 5 cap, but you can get them, you know, deal way more damage, be more tanky, and also way faster. So levels are quite rewarding. And we have the Orc Warriors. Gathered Orcs in numbers at least of 70 gain the Horde bonus buff for 33% more damage and 20% more movement speed. Also the information, I like that one, to be honest. Very good job by them. Damage leadership. You know what would be awesome? I don't know, I know it's a lot of work, but if you could add like a timer, like a cooldown on the rallying call, and also the duration when it's active. Like more informations are always going to be nice, right? It's not gonna hurt you. That's gonna be the first offensive mineshaft coming up. Mr. Valin, what's up? And we might see the first push. The builder. Okay. Oh, ooh, that's going to be painful. I mean, Mordor is trying to get in position. Remember when you have like 3-4 battalion, I think you need it bare minimum 4 battalion to get the horde bonus. There comes the rallying call, which is only giving you a damage boost, not an armor boost. But the Vorchan is a bit different. So Vorchan gives you less damage, but it gives you also movement speed in compared to rallying call, which gives you more damage, combat experience, but no speed. And also this one gives you more combat experience. So, you know, obviously Vorchan and rallying call are identical in Rise of the Witch King, but that's not the case here. Orc archers on the field. The damage output is kind of crazy against resource buildings, but against production buildings you need a bit more time. So when it comes to destroy production buildings, you need pikemen in this game. They can take them down very, very quickly. Guardians with level 2, they have also charge attack, which gives them armor leadership, which is definitely able to stack with the rallying call. So you get no armor here, but you get armor from the charge. Okay, but in the meantime, some counter attack. The dwarves are creeping at the same time. Indy is actually dealing a lot of economical damage to Avi Havi, who has lost just every single surrounding slaughterhouse around his fortress, and that's gonna bring him down to 450 command points. I mean, now the question is going to be the counter attack potential. We have a lot of orcs on the field. What you can do is you can use orc archers for defense. Definitely more impactful in this situation. The archers are kind of hard countering the swordmen, and you can see they are also killing those guardians quite fast, you know. And this one is going to be protected for now. Creep has been secured by the phalanxes. That's good. Maybe we will see battle wagons later on. Maybe we will see heroes like basically Groin, because there is no King Brand in this game. There is another mineshaft offensively from dwarves, and Mordor was able to find this one. So he will try to take it down. And the first hero is going to be a Nazgul on his black horse. In level 2, debuff, very strong against anything but pikemen. They get one-shotted by pikemen. Again, hard counter system. And dwarves giving up on that one. Now we're gonna get the tavern up on the field. A building also brand new added to Rise of the Witch King, which was already existing in BFME 2. We will eventually get to see some Corsairs in action. Dwarves are creeping at the same time with the pikemen. The creeps are definitely more challenging in this game. So Orc Warrior cannot creep this solo. You can see the Dwarves are also able to trample your units down and knock them down on the ground. So definitely more challenging to creep. Nazgul, trampling, those Guardians. You can also buy banner on them, I believe, without purchasing banner. So you can buy banner on the Guardians exclusively and also on this pikeman without having to purchase the banner carry upgrade. But you need to invest always 200 resources each, which is actually quite a lot. And I heard that the banner carry upgrade from the level 2 unit is not, it cannot be trampled. So basically you can't knock him down, which makes it kind of easier for you to save your level 2 units or higher units. But it's the carpet around the fortress. I forgot to enable it in the pet switcher, my bad. Okay, this one has been taken down. The Guardians, they have no chance against the Nazgul, who is all about to hit level 2. It's a power spike for him. There we go. The Dread Visage unlocked. Very significant debuff actually. Debuff neutralizes leadership. So, and you debuff them on top of that. The Mineshaft is going to be taken down eventually. There is a huge Mordor army and Dwarves, they have to disengage. I and Vorchan 1 power point on top of that for Avi. 500 command points in total against 550 command points, 7 power points in total after the rallying call. You can of course go for rebuild or the heal if you want to. Remember, rebuild is Dwarven exclusive in this game. So only Dwarves have the access to rebuild. Man doesn't. But you have the human wood in exchange for that. Okay, I mean he's creeping even more. Of course, getting more power points is always good. We have no heroes so far for Dwarves, but he's gonna get some battle wagons. And for that, you need to get this building to level 2. From a level 1 building, you can only recruit a Demolisher. Not many pikemen. I mean, this can be easily defended by the Nazgul, right? Because the Nazgul is already level 4. Every hero can level up from level 1 to level 4 quite fast and easily. But then every level after level 4, level 5 is going to be way more challenging. So, with that being said, even your expensive heroes can get to the spike very early, which is something I personally like a lot, because when you get finally the chance to recruit a Witch King, for example, for like 4,000 or 5,000, then you can still level them up to level 4 or 5 quite easily. Beautiful trample, you can see. The debuff is also coming in clutch, making them way weaker, and this way, the slaughterhouse is going to be protected. Version 3 release? Not yet. It's a beta version. They are working on it. It's a tournament. The best way to figuring out if the balance is okay, I think, is through hosting an event like this, in which the best players of the game are participating, and this way you get like a lot of input. Oh, the Nazgul. Again, hard counter system. The pikeman touching you, you are gone. I don't know what it means for her. I mean, I'm not a Spanish person. All I can say is, ¿Cómo está, señor, señorita? Bueno, bueno, bueno. Okay, we have the Hobbit summon from the Spellbook of Dwarves. Frodo Baggins is here, with his best friend Samwise Gamgee, who is also the Firecracker. Has not the Frying Pan ability. The Orc Pit is going to be taken down again. The pikemen are dealing way too much damage to the production buildings. Guardians at the ready. So we have the Battle Wagons, more Guardians, and no archer range, no heroes. The Battle Wagon can easily deal with those Orcs, no problemo. We have a level 5 unit even up, I think, somewhere. I saw a level 5 unit, a pikeman, yeah. And Mordor is kind of struggling. He's building a tower for the defense. Easterlings coming from the Haradrim Palace. He lost both the Orc Pits, that means no more Orcs anytime soon. But the Easterlings going to be, of course, essential to counter that. Corsairs, they cost also 400 each, so pretty expensive units. And there comes the Nazgul back on the field. I think the revive time is kind of shortish, because he just lost him like 30 seconds ago, and he already got him back on the field. The first Dwarven hero is going to be Gloin, the daddy of Gimli. Can you zoom? You want me to zoom? Like this? Like this? No. Hey Sadie, what's up? Okay. I mean, almost 11 power points after the Hobbit, so the Dwarves are very close for the 15. The Barricade has been used defensively, which is like a low cooldown ability, right? So you can spam that thing. It's also permanently on the field. And I believe when you buy the fire arrow upgrade on the fortress, you can also make them deal fire arrows. So he went for the upgrade on the fortress for cheaper heroes. The Gloin doesn't care about your barricade. The Shake Foundation just literally shakes like the foundation and hitting like a truck. The builder is going to be slapped on the face The Nazgul is doing a phenomenal job trampling over and over again. We have 800 command points available for Mordor, which is a lot. And Dwarves are up to 700 command points. This is going to be eventually a late game potential, and I personally like those games the most, in which we can see a full potential of the faction in the early game, mid game, and late game, and also the matchup itself, you know. Okay, the Nazgul level 6 unlocks the Morgul Blade, which can definitely cripple Gloin for a few seconds, but I don't think you have the damage to kill him. No, I take it back. You have the damage to kill him, definitely. He just died. Okay, my bad. So we have 15 power points after the Hobbit summon. Oh, beautiful animations, actually. I mean, this game is looking the best, you know, from all the BFME games. With the animations, with the textures. Like, you don't even need to use HD edition or some shenanigans. It's like basically implemented into the patch 1.9 itself. And they are always improving that, which adds a lot more fun to the gameplay, you know. It just looks crazily good. And I personally like this. It's like a visual improvement. It's always nice, especially for casual players. They will have, of course, be more fun. So we have lots of slaughterhouses, but they have like 0 protection. The banner upgrade for the leadership part, it's a damage buff. Again, damage buff is different than the damage leadership, so I think you can stack them all together. As long as the name is unique, you can stack it. You went for them Dwarven Riches from the spellbook, which apparently costs 15 power points in this game and not 10, I think. And you will grow rich at this point, right? So you get like to 300%, which also makes this building level up way faster. Nazgul level 6. 3 battle wagons to rule them all. Hey Maru, what's up? I said that Sauron has been asking me to play 1v1 to practice, but I dodged because I don't want him, because I want him to lose. Okay. 5 power points in the bank. Ingmar will prevail. There is no Ingmar in this game, my friend. That's the wrong game. There is no Ingmar. Only 6 factions, but you know, balanced as all things need to be. 3 good factions and 3 evil factions. Perfect. That still only counts as 1. We have a Nazgul number 2 up on the field. So this is not Rise of the Witch King, this is basically BFME 2. Where is the community bigger? I wouldn't say it's bigger or smaller, it's a different game. The one thing I can say certainly though, is that more BFME 2 players are playing Rise of the Witch King because they can adapt to it fast, but I don't know any Rise of the Witch King player who is playing both the games. While Ave, for example, or Sauron, or Andy Brandy, even Actelion was participating in the Rise of the Witch King tournament, but never the other way around. The Rise of the Witch King players, they never participate in the BFME 2 tournaments. But the BFME 2 guys, they can actually play very good also. Because remember, Avi was the winner of the previous tournament. Sauron was winning the previous 2 years almost every single tournament. And both of these players actually coming from BFME 2 to Rise of the Witch King. Oh! Yeah, the pikemen, they just killed 2 Nazguls in a single second. 625 command points versus 750. Mordor is spamming resource buildings left and right. He went for the worm though, which of course can deal some damage, but it's gone now. Corsairs are not going to be able to read this. Pretty face to my axe. Bring your pretty face to my axe. Battle wagons looking cool. Yeah, I mean, the game is itself, like everything, the heroes, later on the animations from the heroes, when you summon like a dragon, or when you use the 25 power points from your spellbook, they look all phenomenal in this game. It's just like visual improvements are, you know, top notch. Very well done by the team. I mean, of course, it's about your preference, you know, it's a very different gaming compared to Rise of the Witch King. The balance is very different. You are, of course, missing out the full Ingmar faction. And then it depends on you, which one you like more. But they are both great games, I personally like them both, you know. Beautiful. Level 4 battle wagons, look at them. Look at this beautiful battle wagon, dude. Okay, so Mordor is still in the game, but he's more in a defensive turtle situation. He's committing now with the Easterlings. You can see the damage output is kind of crazy. It's a 1 Easterling battalion almost one-shotting the Hall of Warriors. Again, they made it so the production buildings, in this case barracks, forge works, orc pit, Haradrim palace, or pretty much all the buildings you recruit units from, they are very vulnerable against pikeman damage, while resource buildings are more vulnerable against swordman damage. So you still need to think a second. You can't just go and randomly take down everything with 1 swordman, that's not possible. Mordor is preparing for a big push though. Again, level 2 Nazgul is going to be very important. He's getting also the other Nazgul back on the field, almost level 7. Level 10 unlocks the Screech, so it's a very hard power spike just for the Screech ability from a Nazgul. But again, you need to understand that those heroes, they are very cost efficient, they are very cheap, and you can recruit them pretty much in the early game. And then it's also easy. For heroes which are cheap, you can, you know, pretty much level them way easier and get them to level 10. But you need to avoid this pikeman. The battle, and remember, the Nazgul is also able to nullify leadership bonuses. So when you don't lose them and you just keep them close to enemy units, you can make them lose their bonuses they get from the rallying call and from the battle wagon too. Okay. Gloin is back in business, level almost 5. And there is the barricade, the number 2. Mordor is kind of defending himself, and I think very soon we will eventually get to see some more impactful heroes. So Hobbit Summon is available, Rallying Call is available, Heal is available. And I think when you bring also your Gloin to this location, you summon your Hobbits with the Battle Wagons and you buff them all with the Rallying Call, it can actually be quite powerful. The problem is you have just too many archers on the field, too many. Oh, Heal has been used to keep this Battle Wagon alive. That's good. 13 power points in the bank. Yamo, Leni, thanks for the first time subbing with the primers. Really means a lot. Thank you. Good sir.
Jamalini 1221 just subscribed. Welcome to Beyond Standards crew.
Appreciate it. Really means a lot. Hi, admin. Admin. I mean, I've been called everything in my channel, but admin, that's the first time. Streamer, you know. I'm from Germany, but I was born and raised in Turkey. I'm a Turkish guy living in Germany, streaming in English. Any $5,000 gifters here? No, nobody is doing that to me, did the Coco. Okay. I mean, what is he saving for? He has 20 power points in the bank, 925 command points in total. Of course, Dwarven Riches makes you rich. I believe he will be eventually able to protect this. They can also throw the fire bombs, but they actually don't. The Nazgûs, they are still alive. They will be able to destroy this mineshaft. And Mordor is expanding through the top side very nicely. You see 1, 2, 3 untied slaughterhouses. Oh, look at this. Look at this layout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slaughterhouses. Basically built offensively and getting tons of value and money from them. Non-stop. He has just been using rebuild on this one to keep it, you know, on the field. Double Hall of Warriors. There is no reason. I mean, there is no actual reason for you to get it to level 2.
Has just donated $500.
Thank you, Coco. Appreciate the support. 5,000. What are we gonna do with this money? I will go to Las Vegas and make from the 5,000 50,000 real quick. Level 5 Battle Wagon. He went for the Undermine, which is also very powerful. It's a 15 power point in this game, not 10, but it chunks also. Look, summons a mineshaft into the battlefield, cannot be cast within close proximity of an enemy fortress, can be casted on the Fog of War, which is also plus. By the way, the mineshaft is connected. That's kind of busted though. You can cast it without vision. So you basically are here, and you can't cast it very close to the fortress, right? But you can eventually cast it here, right? And then you go out with like a full army and destroy everything. The fact that you don't need to have vision to use it is kind of crazy. Mordor has, oh, Rain of Fire, boys. It's available. And I want you guys to see the animation. It looks phenomenal. I mean, the animations, all of them. They look phenomenal. And yeah, watch this now. Oh, he's using it and boom, son. Look at this, dude. It's an atomic bomb on your face, son. Oh, Gloin against the Nazgûl. He's got crippled. Heal. He's cheating. It's a 2v1. You better run, Nazgûls. You have no chance. And basically, if he loses that, he will have... Yeah, now he has no more Hall of Warriors. It means no more Swordmen, no more Pikemen anytime soon. Mordor is definitely the advantage. He has 1,000 command points. He has over 3k in the bank. He might go for the Witch King very soon too, if he wants to. And Dwarves are still at 725 command points, which is not horrible. But again, I think Gloin can't deal with these units or Nazgûs in long terms. You just don't have the speed to keep up with them. And the debuff is just very strong. Because think about it, you have like 2 Nazgûs with debuff, and you can split them up a little bit if you want. Then you can debuff 2 armies simultaneously, right? You can have like an army in the middle, an army at the bottom, and you deny your opponent all the time the leadership bonuses and get yourself a huge advantage in those battles. And the mobility advantage, the melee damage is also 242, which is pretty nice. Overall, a very cost-efficient hero for Mordor. In future, can you guys make a tournament in each of the ring? I mean, for me personally, I don't plan to do that anytime soon. I just don't like each of the ring that much, to be honest with you. For me, it's not very enjoyable. I played it a little bit, but it's just too confusing, too many new units, too many new factions, which kind of crushes the essential part of the Lord of the Rings battle for Middle-earth game. I mean, I know many people are into that, but I personally don't like that. What knocked him down, by the way? Oh, he used heal, and if you don't know, Mordor has heal in this game. So you have a heal spell from your spellbook, which of course is unique for a BFME 2 1.9. It's not possible in BFME 1, nor in Rise of the Witch King. Yeah, go in, my friend, Gloin. He's gonna get in safety, no problemo. But, you know, taking a look into the minimap can also tell you the current situation of this game. By $400 bracket, barracks. Won last tournament. The last tournament we had in Rise of the Witch King was won by Avihavi. But in BFME 2, I think it was Sauron. I mean, the tournament I've been hosting myself, the last time is actually a really long time ago. I think it's over a year now. And that was won by Sauron. This tournament is not by me. I'm not hosting this tournament. I'm just, you know, streaming this now. But it's not hosted by me. With a Nazgul upon the field, a Fell Beast. Fell Beast attack radius against units is improved at level 6 and level 10. Even heroes have a skilling of abilities and also of, you know, stats when they are highly leveled. And that's kind of crazy coding, man. I like that, you know? Especially for a Fell Beast, which kind of makes a lot of sense. Because a Fell Beast has only one ability. You cannot even get him dismounted. He has only Screech. And because you have the chance to add him abilities, which can be also kind of hard to be balanced, but you don't need to do that if you do this the way BFME 2 did. You basically make it still rewarding for leveling this hero up, you know? Because he has more splash damage and more area damage, which is pretty nice. Okay, the Worm, the barricade offensively, that should be the game number 1, I think. And again, in the game number 2, boys, we're gonna have the same matchup, but the other way around. So we will have Avi on Dwarves and Any Brandy on Mordor. And the reason to do that is to see if it's about the faction and the matchup, or if it's about the player, you know? Is that possibility to get shout out? I don't do that, man. I personally don't do that. I'm being honest with you. I think that's odd, and getting paid for it is even more odd. It just feels unnatural. I don't know. GG well played. This time we have the red Dwarven player Avihavi versus the blue Mordor player Andy Brandy. Last game, it was the other way around. Andy wasn't able to defeat Mordor. Against the power of Mordor, there can be no victory, as Saruman would like to see. And maybe it was about the matchup. Maybe dwarves just can't beat Mordor. Or just maybe it was about the phenomenal performance of Avihavi. Maybe that's the reason why Mordor was able to win. Two slaughterhouse opening into the Orc Pit. So pretty much the same opening like Avi did with the Mordor faction in the previous game. And Avi is building up 2 mineshafts into the Hall of Warriors. The build order is exactly the same. What did you feel when you saw Benanip? I was laughing. I was laughing and kind of disturbed at the same time. I'm being honest, guys. I was not mad. But it's just like, you know, it was stupid. I'm being honest. It was stupid and I was laughing, but not in a funny way. I was like, what is this, dude? What is that? What am I watching right now? You know what I mean? This guy, you know? This guy is crazy, dude. I mean, all BFME 2 players are actually crazy. It's like soft trolling, you know? Soft trolling persons. Soft trolling persons. The problem is we don't check the replays, you know what I mean? You upload a replay and we think it's okay, you just won the game. And then Traki messaged me and he's like, there are women with bananas in this folder. Oh, dude, man. Alright, orcs are leading forward. Double orc pit. We might see also Corsairs later on. We have not seen Troll Cage in the previous game, so Troll Cage may be a possibility. Mumakil Pen would be also great to see from time to time. Remember, it's a best of 7, so Avi needs only 3 more wins, and his opponent needs 4 wins. You will host Dagor tournament in December. I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, I mean, I get it, but what do you want me to do for your tournament? Alright, let's see this. Creeping 101. The builder from Mordor can actually maybe steal the money. The dwarves are just too slow to contest this. The builder is waiting patiently, and Mordor is going for a push. They can actually take down this mineshaft quite fast. He's looking for a chance. He wants to show his quality. Can the builder do it? He doesn't want to risk it though, because builders are expensive. So you don't want to risk the biscuit, because in the worst case, you don't get money and you die, you know? Okay, the mineshaft is going to be surrounded. The mineshaft is the tankiest resource buildings by far. Has 2700 HP, so it's very hard to be destroyed by a couple of orcs. But they are still dealing great amount of damage to it, as you can see. We get more orcs now, and it's going to be finished. You can repair maybe? No, it's not possible. And the one thing you also need to understand about this game, people are using the buff to creep. That's something you will never see in Rise of the Witch King, or barely see. Never say never. Now the question is it gonna be worth for dwarves? Because he was able to creep this, not capturing the inn by the way, and now moving to the second creep, but he lost in exchange one of the starting mineshafts. And this one being the most important mineshaft because it was next to the Hall of Warriors, so you can, you know, pretty much transport your unit immediately when they come out from the barracks. Maybe Gothmo could be a nice hero. He will be able to spot this mineshaft instantly. Also, this one is going to be taken down by these orcs. And Mordor is doing a good job spotting and scouting and discovering the map, which is, I believe, extremely important in this matchup against dwarves. He was able to destroy it. The Bloodthirsty doesn't give you any extra stats, so basically you can just eat orcs, your own orcs, to level up. Also, this mineshaft is going to be taken down slowly but surely. Orcs, they are kiting them pretty nicely though, because again, the dwarves, they cannot catch up. After playing Age of the Ring, I can't go back to BFME 2 vanilla, to boring and ugly models. I mean, again, there is a reason why there are many different mods and games out there, and it depends on personal preference. You know, you can only speak about yourself. If you like Age of the Ring more, then yeah, it's okay, you know. But not everybody has to do the same. We have a first hero that's going to be Gloin. I mean, I'm pretty certain that for casual gamers, it's potentially more fun because there is much more to discover. There are way more factions with lots of stuff, but it's not meant for multiplayer in my opinion. The mods are just not meant to be balanced, to be used in a competitive way for multiplayer experience. I'm not talking about Age of the Ring, but I'm talking about every single mod out there. You know what I mean? Like, and I personally don't like it when units have no house colors. It looks awful. I mean, for me, I need to see it with my eyes. When I go in, I want to see this red Dwarven units with the red house color. So when in a multiplayer game, in a 2v2, 3v3 situation, you can tell which one is from which player, you know? And all these mods, they disable that for whatever reason. Alright, beautiful push. The slaughterhouse has been literally demolished in a second. And yeah, this is a tournament, dude. It's a tournament for 150 bucks, and it's about determining the best player of the game. Okay. I mean, Mordor is actually kind of falling behind a little bit. Dwarves are having more map control. I mean, Ave has a bit more better macro, I believe, in compared to Andy Brandy in these matchups. And he has Gloin in there. He's gonna get out. Level almost 4 already. Again, leveling up from level 1 to level 4 is quite easy. Level 4, massive power spike. You can one-shot any of the buildings beside the fortress with the Shake Foundation. It chunks them. And Gloin being a beefy boy too, with 2500 HP, it's gonna take you some time to kill him. All units look the same, yeah, again. But I'm not flaming anybody or, you know, judging them. When they enjoy this mod, it's okay. You know, there is Edin mod, there is Age of the Ring mod, there are Dagor mods. I don't know, like how many mods are out there. There are too many of them, you know. And it's okay for the people because then you have the option, you have the chance to choose the one you like more. But what I don't like is when somebody comes and says, how can you like this? It's so bad. There is Age of the Ring, it's so much better. That's, hey man, that's your opinion. I don't agree. I don't have to agree. Okay, the shape foundation is available. I hope he's not gonna use it on that one, to be honest. I think it's already gone. Yeah, you don't need to use it. Yeah, he's gonna demolish it. You get a lot of experience. And now you can just use that on this orc pit maybe. And cut the orc production a lot. Again, very beefy hero. He's gonna use it on the tower. One shot, one opportunity. Mordor is trying for the map control, fighting for the map control, but I don't think he's gonna be able to do that. He went also for the Haradrim Lancer Horde, which is an odd name for this unit, by the way, because Lancer, I believe, is called like a cav unit, right? And they are no cav. They are pretty much like Haradrims from BFME 1. They can throw spears. Yeah. Okay, Shake Foundation is reloading. It's hard for you to deal with this dude, with this Klein. He's saying WTF. No production. Yeah, no production at all. You have only one orc pit. And you don't even produce units from it. The orcs, they also cost less here. They cost only 60 each. But you get way faster money in this game. And for that reason, I mean, again, boys, the entire balance system is so different from each other. You get more money, but your resource buildings are way easy to be destroyed. So the punishment is much bigger for being not in position. But then when you build a couple of these resource buildings, you should get a lot of money anyway. I mean, BFME 2 patch 1.9 has been always looking phenomenal design-wise. The problem is when you add too many new models into the game and too many new textures into the game, then the multiplayer is gonna be unplayable because it's not about the game itself. I mean, it's not about your PC. It's about the game itself. The game is made in 2004, 2005, 2006. It's an old engine which can't run this beautifully great animations. It's gonna call it GG. And all this high definition textures. This game is not meant to be that, you know.